What's up, everybody? It's your boy DQ here, and it is the Affairs of the Heart after show. We're going to bring the cast in as we get ready for tonight's show. SoDebNair is here, EzSaidEzDone is here, and EzSaidEzDone brought a guest today.
What's up?
Tell everybody who is here, Easy.
Say that again?
Tell everybody who's here.
This right here is my Ace Boom Coon. This is Damo. He is one of the moderators in the group. He's one of my best friends. My brother, the man who gets me drunk. The man who gives me unwanted sex advice.
Unwanted sex advice.
Somebody's got to give you some sex advice.
Damo has an opinion about everything, and he will fight you for it. So
everything.
It is what it is.
Okay, let me just say this. Someone, I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is in the comments, but someone said, "Lord, y'all got Damo on here. Let us all pray."
Now, well, listen. For those of you that are joining us on Facebook specifically, or our Facebook group, please make sure you click the link in the bio. You have to give Facebook permission to post your likeness and your comments. Otherwise, it will show up as it just did, saying Facebook user. We don't know who you are, and we like to share your comments on the show. So again, before you leave a comment and let us know that you're here, go ahead and click the link in the bio, and it will allow you to ask you a few questions, and then it'll allow you to post comments so we can see who you are and you can join the party. This is the Affairs of the Heart after show, and it is EzSaidEzDone's birthday party.
My sister's old.
Yes. All right, so
finally we get to celebrate.
We get to celebrate EzSaidEzDone for his birthday.
Putting your birthday celebration off for a week.
There was a lot of things that pushed the birthday back. Like, I was supposed to have a party, but then Rona, numbers went up, so that got canceled.
We had a good time.
Yeah.
But we still had a great time though. Damo, my three best friends that came through, Aaron, Damo, and Meech, they really did the damn thing and taking care of me for the weekend. And
well, good. So we're just gonna continue to party with everybody else. SoDebNair, how are you tonight?
I am doing great. For everybody who doesn't know, I was missing last week. I had a lot of stuff going on because my place flooded. And then we had that tropical storm. My electricity went out. So there's just a lot of stuff going on. So I was like, listen, y'all got it. I was trying to watch and push it at the same time. I heard some things that I said blah, blah, blah about something. And I was like, hold on now.
No, it's in the past. Don't you worry about it.
It was just a continuation of the comments. It wasn't that you said blah, blah, blah. But nonetheless, we are glad that you're with us tonight. I know that you guys are heavily watching. I'm sure our numbers might be a little low because everybody's watching the electoral of the president and how that's going and what the numbers are happening. So if you need a break from the politics and what's going on, I have CNN on my iPad to my left, and I'm talking to you guys on my right. So I'm paying attention to what's going on. So I'll keep you updated. Right now, Trump is ahead just by 3,000 votes for the state of Georgia. So we are 3,000 votes away from flipping Georgia from red to blue. So they're still counting. So just keep that in mind. Keep counting.
Yes,
again,
come on,
it is
Georgia, get it right this time.
Just come on, let's go blue one time. Come on, y'all. So we are
fight for them votes like y'all be fighting at the clubs.
Vote like you're fighting at the club.
We won't touch that topic because that doesn't happen every year.
Now, what did you guys do this weekend? How was your Halloween weekend? How did you guys do anything? Did you dress up? What was going on? Let's go to Damo.
I did absolutely nothing because I got 2 teeth pulled on Friday.
Oh no.
Pretty whack.
SoDebNair, did you do anything?
I hung out with my best friend on that Friday, but then after that, I didn't really do anything. I helped my friend get his costume together because he went out as Uncle Clifford. So
Yes.
all over the city finding stuff for that, but that's pretty much all I did.
Easy said, easy done. Any Halloween plans this past weekend?
Not a single one. I was under the impression that we were like Halloween was canceled low key, but per social media, I did not get the invite or the notice because people were out and about.
Yes. Yeah.
Y'all were lit down there in Atlanta.
They had a lot of parties here in Atlanta.
There were quite a few parties.
It don't need to be a holiday for y'all to do that.
Well, yeah. You're right.
They go out just in their costumes on Halloween. And that's
I will have to say this.
Parking lot pimping.
Look, y'all. I will have to say though, as I sat in the house, and don't make it seem like a sad story, but as I sat in the house and I was on social media and just seeing like the costumes and everything, like people went all the way out.
Yeah.
For Halloween this year, and it was really nice to see. Like there were some eye catchers as far as costumes, and I applaud the gays because they was like fuck Rona.
Yeah,
like
the celebrities went all out this year too.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, it was very
who
eventful.
didn't have a costume this year?
Who?
And everybody was looking forward to it. Miss Beyonce.
But she said she was gonna chill out though.
Well, she's actually like taking a hiatus from music.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. She should. She's done enough. She's done so much already.
It's all right. Just take this let her take this hiatus. Let Kelly have this baby. Let's get these girls back together and let's come out swinging with the children.
I agree with that. I'm here for a Destiny's Child everything.
Just bring them back. It's time. We need the girls to come together and give us what we've been missing.
Now, what girls are we talking about?
We're talking about Beyonce, Kelly, Michelle, LaToya, and Latavia.
I think Latavia should stay home.
Latavia can stay home. I love me some
Latavia like that.
If they can work LaToya in, it would work. I don't know if they can work her in.
You can work Latavia in.
Do you think the girls should bring back the original members and keep Michelle and do an entire tour? Do you think that's possible?
I think
if it's like a time thing, yeah. But that might be shady. So
no, I think they have
the same amount of albums though. So that wouldn't be bad.
I think it would be a great idea.
Record. Well, no, they can't use the music without Matthews.
Well, he wants that money, so
he needs that money.
I was getting ready to say he needs,
that money.
It's not even an option anymore. But I think he needs the money. What you got?
Do you bring back Farrah?
No.
Absolutely not. She's still looking for her luggage, bitch. No.
About her and her purpose. It's not there.
Okay, so if we leaving Farrah out, that means you got to bring Latavia in.
That's fine. I will take Latavia over Farrah.
Here for LaToya, and that's it. Let's leave it at that.
I think it'll be dope for LaToya to come because LaToya she's been doing music still. So like they can do their solo stuff. They can mix it into the concert. Latavia has only done R&B divas, and she didn't want to sing on that. So,
well, we know why.
but you gotta throw a bone to some people. All right.
she's a founding member. So
yeah, she's a founding member. So her seat is there.
Okay.
Let her take her seat.
And she should have a seat.
All of it.
All right. So let's get into our tonight's topic. Tonight is all about sex, and it is sex from a Black gay male's perspective. We've got some questions that are going to come in. You can join the conversation again. Whatever your comments is or are, we'll bring them into the conversation. And it's just all about how we move, act, do during sex. So our first question of the night is sex topics. Our first question of the night is, does watching porn enhance or desensitize you for sex? Does watching porn enhance or desensitize you from sex? I'm always tossing it to you guys. I'll take the first question.
We'll let them go.
You said what?
Let them go first because we already answered it already.
Oh, we did. I was trying to switch it up a little bit. See, now you're gonna yell at me when I don't switch it up and I don't answer the question. Let me do what I'm doing over here and you stay over there. Damo, what you got?
For me, now it's odd. It doesn't desensitize me, but if porn is on while I'm having sex, it becomes a competition in my head. So yeah, it becomes a competition.
I like that.
That's actually a good point. That's a very good point.
Definitely enhances the experience.
That's a good point. So some people can watch porn while they're having sex, and some people can't. But for you, it's a competition. So you're watching. Let's see. Let's throw out a porn star out there, and just anybody in particular. You're watching. Who do you watch?
The last one I think I watched was Raheem and one of those Latino boys.
Okay, so you're watching Raheem and the Brazilian boy, and you and your mate are watching them while y'all are getting it in, or kind of paying attention slightly. And it's like, oh, who can yell the loudest? Who can smack it the hardest? Like, what is the competition?
Well, exactly? Okay. So, listen.
Are you competing with Raheem?
I got the stroke, honey. Listen. Now that's usually what it is. It's the stroke.
Booty hole ain't got no
but I also, if I have it, my TV is next to this big ass mirror I have in my room. I also enjoy watching myself, but not on film, just in the mirror. But
okay.
I thought you were about to drop the OnlyFans link. I didn't know what was going on, friend.
No, I'm not one of those girls. There are many of them, many of them, but I'm not. Everybody who thinks has an OnlyFans has an OnlyFans.
And even some people you don't think they have them, they have them.
I found 2 new friends that had them this week.
Every day I find a new one.
It's almost like having a Facebook page now. Like everybody has it.
Pretty much. Easy, what you got? Does porn enhance or desensitize you for sex?
I think you can do both. I think it can definitely enhance. It can give you ideas. It can give you scenarios. It can give you just new things to try. It can set the mood for the evening. Like, depending on how you look at it. The flip side, I also think it can desensitize, because I felt like I was a little desensitized from actual sex because I had looked at porn for so long. But because I'm not in a relationship, so I don't have old boy in the bed next to me when I want something. So you watch porn, but when you actually get someone with you, I think it kind of threw me off like the first couple of times, because it's just like I'm not. How do I say this about looking like a whore? I mean, it takes to take longer for me to climax. It can come easily if I watch porn, but when I'm with someone, it takes.
Well, with porn, you're pleasuring yourself, so you're always gonna, go a little faster that way. But that's an interesting concept. I've never heard that before.
Oh, you know me, I'm crazy.
Well, I have heard it, but it was in regards to size, not.
The what?
Some of the kids are size queens.
Who's the size? Oh, don't you even start this shit.
I mean, you wanted to bring him on easy, so whatever Damo says is your fault at this point. All bets are off.
It is what it is.
Someone agrees with me. I don't know who it is in the comments, but they agree with me.
They do. Now, again, one more time if you're just joining us, you have to give Facebook permission to show us your likeness and your comment. So make sure you click the link in the bio to give Facebook permission. Otherwise, it will show up like this: Facebook user.
And I would love to shout you out since you agree with me.
Well,
what you got? Say it again, SoDebNair. What'd you say?
I was saying if they want to be anonymous, that's the way to go.
Or that too.
Yeah, absolutely. What you got, SoDebNair? Does it desensitize you or does it enhance?
Well, we talked about this because I don't really watch porn like that, and so for me, I think because of the show, I've been watching more porn. because we talk about it a lot. So I think like my sex life, probably not. For my personal time with myself, yes.
That's a good point. Because I mean, it could vary. There are some people that don't watch porn with their partner or the person they're dating or what have you. So it just depends upon, is it something you keep private for yourself? Is it something that I don't think it desensitizes personally. I think that it may enhance, but then for me, it's all fairy taleistic. It's not anything real. So I don't really look at it as anything that's going to enhance or desensitize, either or.
I think that might be the way of looking at it, because everyone's going to go into it differently.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think
your mindset is different from my mindset. For me, because on the enhancing side, I do enjoy watching it when I'm with someone, because it can give me some pointers. It could give me some new ideas of things to try, things that I haven't done. Like, oh, you know what? Because I like to have fun.
Okay.
Like,
for adventure, but not for realistic.
Now you're not. First of all, you're not bending me over the couch with one leg up and one leg touching the wall, and I'm holding a blender. No, we're not doing all that type of stuff. Because like some of that stuff that you see in porn is just. I'm just like, okay, everyone's seen this. I feel like everyone has seen this clip where it is straight porn, but it was this guy. He had the girl standing up, and her one foot was on the ground, the other leg went straight up, and he's sitting her banging her out like that. And I'm like, that's just not acceptable.
Well,
some of the stuff that they do in porn, it's supposed to stay in porn.
Yeah, I think it gives you ideas of things you can try.
Yeah.
Because we talked about this before, like in a later podcast around Christmas time last year. This guy that I was having sex with, we had seen something where this guy was having sex with another guy, but they had a candy cane, and he stuck it into the boy's butt, and then he ate it out, and they stuck them together. So that was something that we tried.
The mint in the butthole for me is the issue.
But it was hot though. Was
it cool though?
It was a different sensation because that mint, in your butt is different. But they have condoms with that. They have condoms with the mint stuff on it too, though. So, but it was
mint lube as well.
So when they blow on it, it kind of gives like a cooling sensation, but then also gives the person that's eating your ass some flavor back there. And then we was kissing with the candy cane as well afterwards. So it's kind of like a moment that we had, I guess.
Candy cane sex. Come on, Christmas.
It's not even
you have inspired the girls. Don't watch. Watch and see what happens.
It's next month for all you guys.
I don't eat candy, so we can't even rock with that.
I think going actually, I remember that conversation, Aaron. But going back to that comment that Easy made, where he looks at porn and then decides maybe he could try some things. I think sometimes this is another question we can pose to the group in terms of watching porn and people want to reenact certain things and it becomes too much. Like if if you're trying to bang me out, like you just watch Ridiculous bang somebody else out or so, or those kinds of things, or you want to spat on me, as we've talked about on here before, or things that you wouldn't regularly do.
I say that in moderation. Not like I said, not everything that they do in porn needs to be brought to your bedroom. But I'm not judging. If you're willing to do those things, I'm like, some of that stuff looks just uncomfortable.
Yeah, definitely. I think some things do bring up ideas though, like, hey, I want to try that.
I mean, I agree, but there's a limit to it.
Yeah,
definitely.
Right.
You're not gonna fold me into a pretzel and then just bang me out like that.
There's a physical limit. There's a mental limit. Like. Yeah,
I got work in the morning. You ain't about to have me clocking in looking funny.
Well, if it's good, you're supposed to be walking funny.
But I'm just saying, I don't need the question.
To be.
I don't need the question to be like, oh, Mr. Fraser, you got to take the elevator today? Why can't you walk up the stairs?
First of all, don't question me. First of all,
stay in a child's place.
Right.
That's coming from my coworkers. They know me.
Stay in a child's place.
God.
All right, let's go to our next porn question. porn question. Our next sex question.
I was about to say what?
Yeah, sorry.
See where
Do you like it hairy, trimmed, or bald? Do you like it? And I think there's actually, I have a video that correlates.
We got a
with
what?
this. I have a video that correlates with this question. So let's cut to the video.
Would you let me feel it? Is it something I can feel? I want to feel it. Would you let me feel it? I got to feel it. Is it something I can feel? I want to feel it. Won't you let me feel it? Is it? Oh, reach back to let me feel it then. Where is it? Wanna feel it then? Wanna feel it then? Can you help me find it then, please? Won't you let me feel it? You got more than you got. Wait a minute, I'm sorry, most of that is nuts. I see it. I see it. I won't.
We thank Billy Jackson for her interjection on
I
trying
love
to
Billy
find
Jackson.
the dick tonight. Do you like it hairy, trimmed, or bald? Whoever wants to go, got it. Nobody wants to go.
I'll take this. I like hair on me. I don't like it bald, but it can't be like, you can't look like a shrub. Like, not too much.
You don't
But
want to
I
have
need some hair. I can't look at a prepubescent boy. That is a turnoff for me.
You don't want to have help trying to find it, is what you're saying.
Well, that as well, if there's more hair than penis, then we might have a problem.
is it there?
You got to go through it.
Yeah, and I don't also like a hairy ass. Like, it's got to be like sparsely hairy, not like
sparsely hairy. You know what's
not
interesting?
Like fur.
You know what's interesting about that? A lot of people don't realize how hairy they are back there. I think SoDebNair talked about that on the show this past podcast. But it's true. Like, you don't know, you're not really checking back there. You're not really, you don't know how much hair actually grows on the outside versus the inside. You just don't know.
I guess, like, for me, like, I have hair on my body, but it's in spots. It's not like I have a full body of hair. So, like, I never really thought that I had a lot of hair, but someone had videotaped it, and I seen it, and I was like,
"Hey, what now?
That's a lot of hair back there."
Wait, no, go back. Go.
This videotaping, was it like a twerk contest, or was it like
we were having a sexual moment at the time?
A moment. Oh,
yes.
I want to use that. That's a good one. A sexual moment.
All right now.
A good one.
And after it was over, we watched it, and I was like, that looks like the top of my head. Like, it didn't look like my head, but there was a lot of hair back there. And I was like, I'm cutting that shit off like tonight. But it was,
depends on who I'm with.
It was a turn for him because he kept talking about it. And I was kind of like, it ain't that fucking much hair back there. But when I seen it, I was like, well, damn.
I stand corrected, pretty much.
I'm sorry, I just envisioned the conversation.
Well, I didn't say this to him. I was in my head. I was like,
oh, shit.
Well, he enjoyed it. So
I was confused. I didn't know.
Okay. Let's go to some of the comments that we've got coming in. Some people like it bald. Some people like it hairy, trimmed for Elmo, as he says. Meech is in the room. He says he likes it all natural.
Yeah.
Not co-signing on your best friend's.
I know, because I know him. Like, we've had this conversation. Meech and I have had this conversation with Damo. Like, yeah.
Yes, this is true.
All right. Dope boy fresh.
Very Erykah Badu from the earth.
Just natural.
Yeah.
Hair vomiting face. If I wanted a cat, I would get one. All right.
Brown.
Dre is in the room. Come on video. Thank you for my efforts. We just got a couple guests tonight. That's all it is. Getting recording is hot, considering you trust the person not for it to leak. Absolutely. Being recorded is hot.
Yourself, okay? That's how you make sure it doesn't get leaked.
That part.
Record it yourself on your device, not to be sent or shared with anyone.
Teach the people. That part.
And look for the red light in the corner if you go into a stranger's house.
Okay. In the corner, under some clothes, a pile of clothes.
And a teddy bear sitting on the shelf.
Let's see. Double first says my asshole was hairy, but I had niggas that shaved it for me before.
I've definitely had that done.
We talked about that.
We did.
Yeah, my ex used to do that for me.
Yeah, we did. I think it can be a nice bonding experience. Yeah. If you're gonna eat it, you might as well wash it and shave it. I'm just saying.
Just like chicken, washing meat.
A nice, sexy, manly ass with hair.
Okay.
Some people do like hair though. Like that's the thing. Like
I need hair on the pubic area, not the ass. I'm totally fine with it not being on the ass. And
I think that's why it was kind of concerning for me, because like if I'm eating ass, I don't want hair back there. Like that's something I don't want. So I guess in my mind it turned me off thinking that he did this, and my ass is looking like that. So
now a great question I think we also kind of talked about briefly on the podcast was, proper preparation. If you're gonna shave your ass, are you using a razor? Are you using trimmers? Are you using, what are you doing so that it does Nair? I think Aaron had mentioned before. I've used clippers before, but then that also gives you it gives like that sandpaper situation. It doesn't completely move the hair, so you kind of have to be cognizant of properly, without irritating your booty hole, shaving the area back there. So just be cognizant. Don't be sticking Nair in your booty. It is topical only. You can use a razor, but be very careful, because if you nick something back there, that's just not the best thing ever. Even with clippers, if your clippers are too sharp and you snag your balls, then hey, listen. So just be mindful that it's going to take. You need to make sure you know exactly what you're doing before you go down there.
Just get somebody else to do
it. When do you actually take control of the jungle for yourself? It's proper self-care for me. Absolutely, but just be careful, Dre. Somebody says they use Nair, try clippers, but I get nervous when I use them. Rightfully so, because you could hurt something back there. I'm not a fan of shaved ass. If you're naturally bald, okay. Trimmed, yes, sir. Hairless, almost.
Hairless on the ass is fine, but in the pubic area, I need some growth.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're using clippers, though, you're not using the edgers. Like if you use like the one where they have the garter on it, like for me, I just move my garter all the way up because it's not going to cut me at all.
I don't know how to cut hair, so we not even I'm not putting no clippers anywhere down there.
Let me tell you something. During COVID, I've learned to do a lot of things by myself.
There's some things I'm just not trying. Even during COVID, I'm just like, nope.
I try. I mean, I've been doing it, but I just move my garters all the way up.
I mean, I have the T-edgers, the gray ones, and I have used them. I've used them before to.
I wouldn't use edgers.
Yeah, I have years ago. So, all right, you want to go to the next? Let's go to the next question. Big dick, husband dick, boyfriend dick. What is your preference and why?
Now, can we do something real quick here, because
you certainly can.
We were confused with this one.
We were.
Well, in my mind, I think I know what husband dick is. I know what big dick is, but I'm confused as to what boyfriend dick is.
So am I.
We haven't. You know what? we might want to turn this over to the comments and see if we can get some definitions
y'all know.
I have specific definitions, but
if you have a specific definition of one of these examples in the comments, leave a comment so we can talk about it. Because we talked about it in the podcast, as Aaron said, and we were totally confused as to the categorizing of these particular penises. So
I think I know.
What you got, Easy?
I'm thinking like, okay, big dick is just big dick. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. Boyfriend dick, I feel like, is on the smaller spectrum, but I feel like husband dick is like a manageable size, where it's something where you kind of don't even have to prepare for it. It's just like you're, like, it's not.
I said
I'm
that.
going to rethink that.
No,
I'm telling the girls out here not to prepare.
Because I feel like if the husband dick, that's long lasting.
Normal size. It's like, for me, if I'm thinking about like inches, like between 9 and 6 for me in my mind. That's
what's between 9 and 6?
Husband dick. It's like that regular area, I guess, for me.
I could say between 9 and 7.5. 7.5 and 9. 8.5 is the perfect size depending on the shape.
But then are we categorizing these specifically by length and girth, or is it attached to is it the person? Like, is it the connection? Like, how do you define what this is? I guess that's where I'm confused.
Oh, someone's dropping definitions in.
They are. I'm gonna get to them.
I have one person I used to mess with. I'll call him Yellow Daddy. He had the perfect penis. It was perfect. I mean, it was literally perfect. It was the right size. It was the right shape. It hit all my spots. I hit all his spots. It was perfect. That was
the right size.
It was about 8.75 thick, straight mushroom head, but it wasn't like big mushroom head that didn't match the penis. It matched, and it was perfect. And literally, I knew it was perfect because I had no issues whatsoever taking it. And I've had issues taking the smaller than that.
Wow.
I like that description.
I heard small dick give you gas.
Well, it's the air. A lot of air.
Let's go to some of the comments while we decompress from the air, the pressure that's going on in the room. Dre says, I'm definitely going to need my boyfriend's soon-to-be husband to have a big dick. See, because anybody can be confused by all of these.
Okay,
if you appreciate your walls and the longevity of them.
They had a category for big dick, so I mean, that's not boyfriend dick.
So is big dick, is that like double digits?
To me, I'm thinking big dick is like 9 and above.
I would say 9.5 and above.
Okay.
Depending on the person.
That's a lot. Meech has some definitions for us. So boyfriend, good, but you have to work for it.
Okay.
Okay.
And he says husband is comfortable.
Yes.
Okay. And baby daddy is big dick. Okay.
So Meech, where do you fall in line?
Oh.
Excuse me. Wait a minute.
I was trying to.
All right.
Oh my
God. See. Emma says, not little dicks give you gas. See,
clearly. They do.
Clearly.
But I will say, some of the best sex I've had in my life, the penis wasn't that big, but the sex was amazing.
Some people just know how to work what they have.
And I think that's what it boils down to.
Like some people, it may not be the biggest dick you had, but it left a lasting impression on you because he knew what the fuck he was doing with it.
Well, I mean, they have to know how to work what they got. So I mean,
and it wasn't just.
But some people don't ride to the
dick. It was the
connection. It was the emotion.
It was connection. He knew my body. He knew where to touch and what to do, and how aggressive to be and how submissive to be. It was just like, yeah.
All right.
Some people rise to the occasion. Some people don't.
Dre wanted to clarify that his walls are good and sturdy.
I wasn't.
He's the one.
I was just saying you have to preserve your walls. You have to preserve your walls, and you can't preserve your walls doing 11.5 inches every day. Okay?
I love it. I love
I
it.
really think that was a part of the conversation, but hey.
Shout out to Vocals NYC who's in the building. We always get comments from Vocals, and so we're always glad that you're here. All right, so gentlemen, big dick, husband dick, boyfriend dick, what's your preference? Why? Easy, what you got?
What do I have?
Not see.
Well, can we, there's so many ways we can address it.
See, this is why, right here. What do you prefer, Easy? Given the definitions that have just been given.
Basically, give me some husband dick.
Okay, all right. Easy said that's what he want.
Yeah.
Easy said he want husband dick. Got it. All right. SoDebNair, you got a comment?
Oh, I was just waiting my turn. I was just waiting. That's all. To me, it depends on who I'm fucking. So.
Okay, it just depends on who it is.
I agree, but husband dick. If I would be a full bottom if I had husband dick every day.
Okay, and you would have no problem with that.
Okay.
Nope.
Got you.
I don't really have a problem with the big dick part, but it just depends on the person that has it and how they're using it.
Now, we've talked about this on the podcast before where, big dick doesn't always mean that it's good.
Yeah.
Very true.
It doesn't always, and I think you said that once, Aaron, where it's just it doesn't always mean that it's good. It's just big and it's uncomfortable. It could be, and especially again, I think it goes back to you don't know. It doesn't stay hard. Damo mentioned, it just depends.
It really depends on the person. Like, you really got to know what you're doing with it. And I'm talking about, you're not just ramming a big dick in somebody. Like, you're really taking your time, because there's a lot of aspects to having a big dick. You just can't be walking around with big dick and just not know how to use that thing.
But would you agree that most people that have big dicks don't know how to use them?
I want to say yes. I'm going to say I feel like it's a handicap because it's the standard, and for people, they want a big dick, so they feel like because they have that, that's all that really matters for them. For some people,
I have a friend that has a very large member, and he said it's a blessing and a curse because most people can't take it. So, which makes him have to be a bottom in order to get some kind of sexual pleasure.
Or find
but then it's a big dick, so it's a blessing in that sense. But
or find the right people who can take it, and that's the thing. Like,
and usually the funny thing, he said he's not attracted to the people who can take it.
Well,
so then does he complain about people not being able to take it then?
No, that's one of the best bottoms I've ever had in my life.
Wait.
Big dick bottoms tend to be. I'm just saying.
I love it. I love it. That is hilarious.
But we talked about this remember I was telling about the story about the abandoned house on the porch. That guy was the same way. He had a big dick, but he bottomed. So it was.
Now, what bothers me is if they don't want me to touch it. I can't. It just can't just be. That's like
it's too big for me not to touch. It's too big for me not to touch. If it's flopping on my chest, hey, listen.
Yep, I'm gonna want to suck on it and play with it and touch it.
Yeah. Let's go to some of the comments. No boyfriend says, I'm not submitting to no little.
Not submit? Why do you have to submit? Wait a minute. Is that what Dick does?
Lord.
Did we say that? When did we say that?
Me says,
I'm done with this show. I'm done.
Meech says, depends on the person, but I always satisfy my partner. What about booty, though? What's the difference between husband, boyfriend, and big booty? Now we need to put the tables to some of the bottoms in the room. What do we think about that? Is there such thing as husband booty, boyfriend booty, and big booty?
Well, that all has to do with the magic word, the walls. The size of the booty doesn't matter. because personally, I don't prefer a big old ass. It's just it's an ass. It's nothing impressive about that.
Because there are a lot of big asses that can't.
It
take
looks
dick.
nice. A lot of big asses can't take dick. But as long as the hole grips and conforms and does what it needs to do, I'm good.
Okay.
So
yeah,
husband, boyfriend, whoever has the good hole.
I don't think descriptions have to do with walls, though. That's my thing. This is why this is confusing to me.
Well, I mean, you can't grip if you don't have walls. I mean,
what are you
gripping? Air?
But for this question, a husband booty, a boyfriend booty, or a big booty, what is that? The walls don't have anything to do with any of that.
No, I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying.
Doesn't matter.
No, I got what you're saying, but I'm just saying for these descriptions, I wouldn't even know how to classify any of these things.
Yep.
I think with
the slut booty and then
it's kind of like buying a house. Like, okay, it looks pretty on the outside, but when you walk in and there's like there ain't no walls, or you like, what's holding this thing up? What's holding the structure up?
When you can toss a tennis ball down a hallway, honey, and it don't bounce on anything, then that's a problem. So I would say it just depends. It depends on what I think. I think Dom gave a great Damo gave a great analogy to it in terms of it would have to be about the walls, because I mean the size of the booty doesn't matter, because you're not fucking the size of the booty. You're doing
it's a visual aid.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, it looks nice.
And what we've talked about in the podcast before, and not putting Aaron on Front Street, that but I'm saying, Aaron,
I got some shit to say.
I was like, Aaron has a big booty, so he's talked about if you can't get past the meat of it, then what why we can't? There's nothing that we can do. I think a lot of us do have big booties, so that's irrelevant in my opinion.
Well,
a
lot of us do not have big booties. People have them. A lot of us don't have them, but
we have them. I mean, I'm talking about us.
That's what I'm saying. I understand that, but I'm just saying for this conversation.
Nope.
For this conversation, it also brings up certain things. As something that you just said was, for me, when it comes to sizes are different for me, because what 6 inches do and 9 inches do for me are different, because I have a lot of ass. If you have 6 inches, I'm probably going to get about 4 of those.
Oh yeah, big. Right. It automatically takes 2 inches off.
Yeah, so
that's what I was referring to, because we've talked about it on the podcast before. So, and I mean, the size of the booty matters, but it doesn't necessarily matter if we're going to compare it to the topic that we're talking about. Yeah. Simone says that we're making her shift go by, so we appreciate you for watching and listening. Apparently, E has the best puss in the DMV, according to.
His Yelp review has 5 stars. That's a hard rating to get around here.
We were supposed to skip the comment.
All right. I mean, what do you have? It wouldn't hurt to know. No, we're not talking about what. No. We're not gonna put anybody on Front Street. That's nobody else's business. Cheers to husband ass, says Nico. Let's see.
Nico in the group.
Yes. What's up, Nico?
Hey, Nico.
Vocal NYC says, not trying to have my insides looking out because a double-digit motherfucker don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Hello.
These are Debbie, our muscles. Yeah.
Ain't that it?
Like that poor bottom on Fat Rabbit's page.
Right.
We talked about that too. Epsom salt.
Baby, listen.
Carl says, I dated a guy who was in doubt. He said he had to make a lot of compromises because many were afraid to take it. I think that goes back to
how my friend, most people are afraid to take it or they can't take it. When in actuality, I know this sounds crazy, but bigger dicks are easier to take.
Once you get it,
bigger dicks are easier to take than a small one, because it ain't going to keep falling out. It ain't going unless you have no.
But that depends on if the person who has it knows how to use it, and at the bottom.
Well, yeah, for sure.
How to take it, because I have dealt with guys who are really endowed, but they have taken their time to get it in there, and once it's there, it's great. But there's other guys who just want to like plunge that shit into you. It's a terrible experience.
It's a horrible experience.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stop. Trust me, I'm gonna stop today.
closed.
I'm gonna stop.
For business.
I like.
I'm like that guy who comment, I have walls, sir. Like we cannot. You
Okay.
Yeah,
Preserve your walls, okay?
exactly. And if you ain't put a ring on this, you're not about to fuck these walls up and then leave, and then I can't find no man because you done left my
right.
Booty hole
foundation
looking like
crumbling.
$4.95. No.
Exactly. You fuck these walls up, we married. We go together.
Oh.
So death do us part.
That's one way to get a man, honey.
Okay. Death to the walls, honey. Death to the walls. We have a question on the table. So when you measure dick to any capacity, do you automatically subtract 2 inches?
I do.
Well, yeah, you
Why
got
is that?
a big old
Just
badonka.
pocket size. I do. I always subtract 2 inches for me.
Okay.
Usually that's why I like to lay larger booties on their stomach so you can go all the way in.
I like it.
Push it, whoosh, right in.
We're doing doggy style all on my stomach. That's how I like it.
I hate doggy style. It's so impersonal.
But it's
Yes.
It's so impersonal.
I agree.
And I'm 5'5", so it's a lot of work for me.
But I would say something. It's impersonal if the person that you're doing it with makes it like that. For me, I don't feel like that because I've had great intimate times doing it that way. For me, I mean, either way it goes for me. I love foreplay. I love intimacy. Period. Having sex. So I'm gonna make it like that. However we doing it. If we on the ceiling, we doing doggy style, missionary, whatever the position is. What is the backwards horse? Whatever it is, we gonna have. It's gonna be a good time.
What?
Just keep going. Just keep going.
It's
Dwayne, keep going.
To the top.
We going.
Okay. All right. I was gonna ask because I really wanted to know. I wasn't being funny. I was gonna ask.
Aaron, the kids have said,
Aaron, you letting 6-inch top you. That didn't even reach the surface. They said.
Well, so this is what Dwayne was talking about though. So I was telling a story on the podcast one time that I had sex with this guy. This is the only guy I think that I've never touched myself having sex, and I came from that. It was his dick wasn't that big.
He was hitting the spot.
The first time
I caught him.
So unexpected.
I caught him a little prostate massager.
Yep, because your prostate is not 10 feet into your asshole.
It's not that far.
It's not that far in there.
That goes back to my comment about having a big penis. Is it good or bad? Because you're surpassed the prostate at this point. You're just in guts. So are you getting pleasure as a bottom from hitting the prostate with a larger penis? Or is it just...
Eric, you want to take this one?
I don't like you at all. I don't even know why I brought you on here tonight.
I mean, I'm just asking the expert here, you know.
And you're not going to...
All right. Well,
I was going to say this. I think it depends on the head of the dick and the girth of the dick, because if it's still girthy enough, it's still rubbing the prostate. So you still, and then if the head is in that vicinity, it's still hitting that prostate.
And we're not even talking about if there's a little curve.
Yeah, but don't curve it down. You need to curve up.
I've never had problems.
Oh.
So I like
other way.
Okay, and this is where Damo, someone jumped. I'm gonna tell you, Damo. Someone jumped in my inbox talking about that today. Was talking about, I would holler at you, but you only take 11 and plus. I'm like, that's not true. But
you have purported yourself.
No, I haven't. Okay, I told a story with friends about my first experience, and he happened to be 11 and 12. Like he was a good 12 inches. Now they were like figuring out, like, for your first time, that's like how was that? And for me, I felt okay about it, but I also, knowing what I didn't know then, like he could have definitely took advantage of the situation, but he didn't. Like he really took care of everything. Like it didn't. Yes, it hurt, but it was a pleasurable hurt. So you know what I mean? Like it was like he really knew what he was doing with his dick.
Oh, you told us this before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and that's the difference. Like we've all said that just now. Like you got to know what you're doing with it. Like you just ain't ramming somebody in there. For me, I don't. It's not. No, I don't know how to even say that. No, I'm not. I'm not feeling my guts being rearranged. I'm good.
Okay. All right. Debonair, we got a question on the table for you.
What?
Talking about.
Ooh,
He cannot.
you better follow him on Twitter.
Who?
You
The
better
girls
follow
get
him
the
on
dog
Twitter.
out there. I mean, goddamn.
If you want to see something, you better follow him on Twitter.
That part. Me says reclaiming your walls.
Walls.
Reclaiming your walls.
Well, you know they got a surgery for that, but we will talk about that.
Yes, some people need it, including the young man that let what's his name top him.
That rabbit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see.
She was young. She was young.
She gonna have old problems because she was young.
Real
I
fast.
heard she called out her job the next day.
Some tops can't handle slow satures either, especially when the bottom's riding.
I actually really enjoy. I've learned, well, since I've turned 30, I've really enjoyed not being in control, but not to a BDSM level, but the bottom being on top and taking control. I enjoy that. Or when I bottom, the top taking control, I enjoy that. But
I think
he's right.
I think that the best thing that a top can do if a bottom is having issues is let them ride it, because they do have control as how much going in, how fast or how slow. And
I always tell them to start in that position.
Yeah, it gives them that space to kind of get there, so that whatever you want to do afterwards, it works out for the top and the bottom. Because if you're able to ease down on it like that, it works out.
I definitely agree.
I agree. I'm a toy master. I measure a bottom's limit with it before I fuck them, but in the past, I'd like to think I knew what I was doing.
Oh.
Do you like toys prior to the full intercourse?
Never had
Can
that
we
experience.
Can we play with a dildo to get you open before we go full force, or is that a part of foreplay? Is it not a part of foreplay?
Well,
it can be.
I don't know what he's saying, but I will say this. I think when I first started having sex with guys, I did have different size dildos. And I would, like, if I saw the picture, I would kind of like try to use it before I had sex with the guy to kind of get myself ready to prepare myself to be in that kind of situation, because at first it was painful a lot. But I also had dated this guy, and he had not ever bottomed before, ever. And so he had like a bullet. And so we used that for like a few weeks, like just kind of like trying to open him up a little bit before we actually did penetrate.
A few weeks?
Well, I mean, I wasn't in a rush, because I mean, I really don't care about topping like that. But, you know, we did that together. It was like a thing we did together. So I thought that was cool, though.
Yes. Like a stroking and smoking situation.
Yeah, like we did foreplay, we kissed, we did oral stuff, but we used the that bullet, you know, while we were doing that stuff. So he kind of just got used to being penetrated while all that stuff was going on.
I've never used toys in any of my experiences.
I have.
Would it be something that you'd be too easy?
I wouldn't be against it.
Okay.
Because I know me, like if I don't like it, if I'm not feeling it, I'm gonna stop it.
I feel like toys are a little bit more personal, but when you bring them into the bedroom with somebody else, it can be hot. Because I used to mess with this guy. Well, he had a mega dildo, and it was hot to watch.
But you wasn't going nowhere near you.
No.
I
mean, the thing was like this big, like it was huge.
I don't understand how they be taking those.
I don't get that either. I don't understand it.
Because in my mind, like if they're making them, that means somebody got to take them.
Well, yeah, I mean, people get fisted, you know.
Yeah.
That's no.
I've witnessed it, and I didn't throw up. I was surprised.
Focus New York says, very nice, Aaron. Listen, if you take the time to open up your man and make him comfortable, you will be able to get all the strokes in All the strokes in, no walls. There we go. So we're gonna move on to our first game. We'll come back to actually before we do that, real quick, let me just throw this one question in there from our listener or watcher rather. Do you think it's appropriate or enjoyable for a partner to call your ass different names?
Oh, this question comes up a lot in our group. Like some of them don't like it to be called pussy. So like it
depends on the moment for me. I used to hate pussy. I've come around to it, but it's not an everyday kind of thing for me.
It doesn't matter for me.
If I'm fucking the trade, yeah, maybe it's a little hot, but no.
At first, I didn't like it at first, but now I really don't mind the word pussy at all. I think when we get to like bussy and mangina and those things, like it becomes.
Don't ever say any of those words during sex.
I'm about to say what? Like if you want to call it that, I'm not going to stop you in the middle and be like, okay, wait a minute.
I might. If you say mangina, I might definitely say, what the fuck did you?
Yeah, I'm gonna get up and be like, I gotta go.
That's like a white man's name call.
Say mangina, like, oh, this is a good mangina. What?
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
What
the fuck is happening
here? Yeah, like that's like screaming out. You know what? This is like screaming out your partner's name, like uncomfortable names. Like someone said, can you imagine like screaming out Eugene? Like
poor Toya. Poor tacky Toya.
You know what our one was we were using before Dwayne was booty cat.
Booty cat, yeah.
Yeah, like if someone said that during sex, I'm like,
who says that? I mean, but who says that? Like, who says that?
Yeah.
Somebody said that to you?
No, Aaron, it's something Aaron came up with during one of our podcasts. I
was about to say, if somebody said that to you, you've been violated. Okay? You've been violated.
But these are names that I guess the younger generation are calling it, and I'm like,
I don't like the younger generation.
For someone,
I don't. Not no damn booty cat. What? I mean, God, Jesus.
The younger generation gets on my damn nerves.
Oh, because they got all these soft tops and hard bottoms.
Soft tops have always been around.
They might, but they didn't have a name.
It ain't nothing wrong with a soft top.
It's just a top.
Nothing at all.
Soft top will slay you.
Those be the ones who have the best dick in the world.
Yup.
That part. All right, let's go to our first game.
Big dick or boyfriend dick. It'd be good.
He's a soft top. Right. Let's go to our first game. Aaron, I have a quick question because both of these look the same. So you have to tell me which one is the first one. Oh, wait, I think I got it. Is that the first one?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, got it. Okay, I'm on it. So we're gonna play a game. It's called Heterosexual Questions of the Heart. Aaron has polled heterosexual people for questions that they want to ask the LGBTQIA plus community, namely black gay men. Let's go with our first question.
These are girls. There's only one guy who actually answered it, but a lot of these are girls that I know that they just want to know different things. A lot of them already know everything because they're my friend, but they were like, when I first heard you were gay, I want to learn things. So these were the things I were thinking.
So these are questions from females in particularly.
And one guy.
Okay, and one gentleman. We'll pick how many questions you want to do. There's a long list.
I want to know the question from the gentleman.
Do you know which one was the gentleman's, Aaron? You want to put that in the private chat for me, and I'll pull that one.
Dope Boy Fresh. It's somebody it's a top who wears a blouse.
What is a soft top? And your definition was easy?
A top who wears a blouse.
Yeah.
Dwayne, his is number 10 through 12.
I'm sorry, he had more than one.
Yeah, he has 10 through 12.
I want to answer all his questions.
All right, so let's go to the first one.
Of course you do.
Anytime the straight men are inquisitive.
And let me say this, his question.
She is here, her legs are open for them.
Let me say this though.
Her arms.
His questions are very, they seem very, disrespectful to me sometimes. So they seem disrespectful, but he always hits me up and asks me questions because he's taking classes in college about learning the difference and all these things like that. So he's asking real questions that he wants to know the answers to, but they're not. I just want to make sure y'all know that. So.
Oh no, I'm good. I don't care how disrespectful they are because I'm gonna answer with a smile.
Okay.
Did you proofread these questions before you put them on this list from him to make sure they are not offensive or disrespectful or?
They probably will seem disrespectful. Some of them.
Kick Meech out the chat.
But I want authentic questions though.
Let's go to his first question. Do most find it necessary to act flamboyant? The ones that act like women never act like a classy, educated women. They choose to act like city girls. These are questions from the heterosexual community, more specifically, namely, this is a man's question from Aaron. Gentlemen?
I'm going to take it he doesn't know a lot of non-flamboyant gay men.
I think that narrative has been projected for so long of like gay men being that flamboyant.
And maybe he's never been to DC because there are a lot of classy, educated women.
Yeah.
Here. So, I mean, I don't really know how to answer that question because.
I think his environment or what he's been exposed to may have been limited, and maybe he doesn't know. But there are many different types of gay black men.
So let me.
Yes, you may have some flamboyant ones, but you have some that you wouldn't even know.
But I think so because I know him, and we're from Ohio, so in Ohio it looks like that. It does look like it's.
And that's what I said. Like his environment may have like.
I don't know if he's traveled anywhere or nothing like that, but in Ohio it is when it's flamboyant gay guys. It is the very ratchet thing. It's never like that, and I guess he said something about there's classy. They don't act like classy educated women or whatever, but we do see that a lot in Ohio where it's very like a ratchet situation.
Like I said, like I just said, it may just depend on his environment, but yes, you have your ratchet gays. Yes, you got your classy gays. Yes, you got your educated gays. Yes, you got your government workers. Like we're everywhere. We have many walks of life, and I don't think it's anyone acting a specific way. I just think it's them acting themselves. Yeah. At the end of the day, you got some grown ass women out here acting like straight niggas. So like,
next question.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's go to the next question. Stand by. I wish we had some hold music. That would make it a whole lot easier.
No music.
Exactly, Dope Boy Fresh. Exactly. Meech, be quiet.
First of all, stop responding to the comments before they even go on the.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know
nobody know what you're talking about.
Comments. Like, what is this girl talking about?
My bad. I apologize. I thought we all saw them.
No, I have to put them up there. They don't know what you're talking about.
I'm so sorry. My bad.
Downtown Atlanta is seen from its competitive flexing. City girls are not. That's the precious image of gay men. Okay.
In Atlanta.
Misha says, then you have the men that are metrosexual too, like Cam Newton. Some depend on. So it depends on how you were raised and your lifestyle. People are answering the question. Keep it classy, although I'm not flamboyant. So I think it's a variety. Let's go to the next question. What's the obsession with straight men or DL men who don't want to claim you? Value yourselves and stop being someone's secret.
That's from one of my homegirls.
That is a little judgy. A little judgy because they don't understand the dynamic. Usually with DL or straight men, typically they will treat you better than a regular gay nigga. I'm not even gonna lie. In
Treat you
all my
better. I mean, elaborate on treat you better, Tomo.
I mean, they're usually a little bit more attentive. They're actually sweet, nice guys. The sex is usually good, maybe because it's a secret, I guess. And if you get one that's fairly comfortable with themselves, they will take you out in public. It's not like that kind of thing. But if it's just the sex, usually the sex is bomb.
Not that
I'm
would
not
take
gonna lie. Ask her why do they let men dog them out that they know ain't shit?
Oh.
Same situation.
Oh God. Okay.
Anybody else got a comment for that?
I guess I'm laughing because you said let them take you out in public. Like this is like a privilege. I don't know. I guess for me with this, I did look at it a different way because first of all, I don't know any gay men that are obsessed with straight men or DL men at all. I guess being out for so long, I'm not around that atmosphere of people who are interested in that. I definitely agree on the value of yourself and stop being someone's secret part. But I don't really know any people in my life right now who is obsessed with DL or straight men like that.
Let me just clarify this statement too, because there is no obsession with straight men or DL men. Because if I'm talking to a so-called straight man or a DL man, they're gay.
Yeah.
Period. They just haven't come out, and you just don't know it. Okay, they're fighting something within them. That really has nothing to do with me. That has more so to do with them. But I think on a surface, like they're typically a very manly man. Like they're this big guy that is like you have no sense of them being.
But you know what?
Go ahead.
On the surface, they are.
Yeah, like on the surface they are. So like they carry themselves, this appearance that they have in the community, in their families, with their friends, in society. Like it's like, oh, that's a man right there. Like, and there's a lot of us that sometimes we want to be taken care of too, and sometimes they fulfill those needs. So your so-called straight man is I call daddy. I'm not I don't have one of them. I'm just saying, but it's just like those experiences are there. Like we've all. I feel like we've all dealt with a so-called straight man or someone on the DL, at least once in our lives. And like Aaron's. Oh, you never?
No, never.
Oh, well, then, yeah, you wouldn't get it.
But for me, like we talked about, like for me, my first dating experience was my boyfriend and then my husband for 10 years. So I never had that experience.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's a different experience.
Go ahead, Damo.
I mean, in all DL men I've dealt with, they usually are. Once they're behind closed doors, I know this sounds crazy, but they are usually very open and very caring and very nurturing, or at least the ones I've dealt with are. They're good guys. They just can't come out for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Don't want to come out, or their family may not like it, or there's a lot of varying reasons for that. People think that being DL is like a choice that these men want to have, and a lot of these DL men really want to come out the closet, but they can't.
They have a
job, use their family.
I feel like we were all in that space before we came out.
No, I just
no.
Well, I don't mean all.
Because a lot of I will say this: a lot of DL men are typically older, so they came up in a time before us, and I can see. My experience is I worked in a shoe store, not going to name the shoe store, but I worked in a very popular shoe store in DC, in the DMV. And a lot of those stores were purposely put in the hoods. So when I came in and started working there and became a manager for those stores, a lot of those niggas came through there. And, especially with shoe releases, you get your numbers, be like, hey, I got your shoes. They're coming in this date, that date. Those conversations slowly turned into other type of conversations. And like Damo said, they just never had the experiences, or they never had the comfortability, or never felt secure enough to come out because of their environment, the people that they were around, family members, friends. They felt the pressures of being judged, so they went with what they knew. They went with the girls, and they got them pregnant. They had kids and whatnot. But now they're at an age where now it's being so much more acceptable now. And granted, they're still not going to come all the way out there, but they're curious. They want to see what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
So when they find someone like,
I guess my thing for me is I really have a hard time with this, because for me it was extremely hard for me to come out. My mom was a pastor. I was working for like a major radio station and a magazine, so my life was already for everybody. Like I never had my own personal life at the time, but I guess for me, in my mind, I already made up. I was like, if I ever found a guy that I date, that next person who asked me about my sexuality, I would just tell them, because I never wanted to hide my partner, period. So, and it was a choice that I made. I didn't really care about who I lost, because I would rather not sit and be in bondage in my own mind to make everybody else happy. So,
but that's your mindset.
No.
And that's great that you think that way, but a lot of them are not. They weren't given the fundamentals or life experiences to even put themselves in that setting right there.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them are fighting a lot of internal demons where it's just like they just cannot come out, and they won't come out. And like it's sad, because at the end of the day, you have these Black women who are like, oh, just be open, just be free, just be yourself. But as soon as one of them comments on it or steps out there, oh, that punk ass nigga, weak ass nigga, you faggoty. Sweetheart, wait a minute.
But it's not always that, though, I guess.
But what's in the forefront, though? What's in the forefront?
I think
because Black women are going to tear you down. Black churches are going to tear you down.
Yes.
Your family.
Straight men will tear you down.
Honest to God, I was at my great grandmother's funeral.
That's the risk that you have to take to live your own happy life, period. Because
but they can't see how that would be happy for them. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Which is what I'm saying. Which is why I understand that, because I've been in that space. It took me a very long time to even entertain the fact that a man would even want to talk to me, in a serious kind of way. Like, it was some sex stuff, I would just do it in private and be cool with it. But when I was asked to be a boyfriend, it kind of changed my whole mind frame. And so for me, I'm thinking like, every situation is not going to turn out in disaster. You know, some people people feel the way they feel, but when it's somebody that they really love, sometimes it changes their perspective, or sometimes they learn how to actually see the difference or what's going on. It's not always going to be a disaster moment.
I just think you gotta think about the positions that some of them are in, where they have literally grown up on the streets, and I'm just speaking for the DMV in general. Like, they have grown up in these communities, grown up in these streets, grown up in the hood, in and out of jail, a lot of them, and it's just like, along the lines, you go into a straight Black barbershop, and any gay topic that comes up, you already know how the conversation is going to go.
But you're talking about
you've had that inkling of an experience. You're in the barbershop maybe like an hour and a half, and you're hearing that stuff.
Right.
They've heard that all their lives.
Right.
That's all they know.
You're talking about space.
Okay, you want me to come out, but I'm gonna be the butt of your jokes now.
Right.
We were built a little different. So, you know, maybe our parents, our grandparents, our aunts, uncles, maybe they put a little something in us that gave us that sense of courage to be ourselves out there. Yeah. Maybe they missed that.
I just feel like, you know, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, for me, I just feel like I couldn't care about what everybody else thought. I refuse to be miserable my entire life for everybody else while they're happy. So that was always my mind frame, and that's just how I looked at it. When I see guys that sit around, because I'll tell you a story. When I came out to my family, my mom had me go talk to this guy at her church who was delivered. And I told her, I said, listen, if this guy tells me that something that makes sense to me about him being delivered, I'll reconsider me coming out as being gay. And so I went and talked to the guy, and he told me that he struggles every day with homosexuality, because everybody has their struggles. And I'm like, so you really think that God wants you to struggle every day of your life with something that you like that you were born with, basically? Because he told me that he's felt like this since he was a kid. So I'm like, you really think that that's what God wanted for your life? And he
That's
said,
crazy.
yeah, everybody has their struggles. And I said,
No.
a struggle with, that's like saying God made me black, I have to struggle with me being black, which is what's, that's all what they did with slavery, things like that. So my mom was just so different. So I'm like, nothing that he's saying makes sense to me. Two, you're also telling me that you're basically still gay. You're just married to a woman and you have kids now. You really can't leave in your mind. So now,
Yep.
what do you do? And I said, listen, I said, I really do appreciate talking to you because it makes a lot of sense to me. I said, there's not one day in my life I will ever want to live like that. I'd rather lose my whole family, every friend that I have, and live my life by myself than make me some gay friends and build my own damn shit than to live like this. This is toxic. It's unhealthy.
They're just at this point in time, they're living for other people and not for themselves.
Yeah.
But it's a
Yep. And that's
decision that they make. Because I know for me, although I officially never came out, I think my family and friends, they just found out through social media.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there was a deep underlining of people knowing, but it just never was spoken. My grandmother definitely protected me and made sure that like no one treated me any differently because of it. But the moment she died is when things changed.
Mm-hmm.
And I will have to say, like, that was 2013. I have an uncle, I haven't spoken to him since 2013. I have cousins who I have not seen or spoken to. I have aunts and other uncles. There's a lot of my family I do not associate. They literally cut ties with me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it was a problem until then. So I definitely understand. Like I miss my family. I do. These are the people I grew up with, and I told people. I think y'all know I grew up on a farm. It was a small community, so I was always around my family, and they became friends. That's all I knew. But I can count on my hands of how many that I actually speak to. So I understand. I understand this position that they're in, and it sucks. It does suck. Because these are the same people that want you to be open and be free and be yourself. Okay, I'm being myself, but now I'm being shunned.
Yeah.
So what do you want me to do? How do you want me to feel?
Well, let me give you a different perspective of this. So my best friend, she was adopted, and her adopted mom's children don't take care of her. She's been sick for years. She feels like she's going to abandon the lady who took care of her if she leaves, because she has all these dreams and things she wants to do, but she also cares about the lady who took care of her. And I told her, I said, after she dies, then what? How do you get your life? What if she doesn't die until you're like 50 or 60? Do you lose your entire life because you're afraid to let go of what everybody else has already done? And I guess that's been my mind frame. For me, I just never want to be held down by nothing. I've already done that through my childhood. I've been picked on. When I was a kid, I was very, 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 very feminine.
At the end of the day, I just feel like
I got beat up all the time. So when I became an adult and I didn't have to take that shit no more, I literally was done with that shit.
Well, I'll say this: I can understand both sides of the story.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I can understand why they're there. I can understand why some of them are not. So, what's the next question? Let me laugh. Come on. Y'all not about to have me emotional on here tonight.
All right, so we're going to move on to the next question. We do have a couple of comments from that last one that I just want to throw in there really quick. He said, some of my older lovers, when I was younger, were in gangs. They'd be murdered if they would, if they even were to entertain the idea of coming out in regards to what we were just talking about. So there's that perspective also.
I understand.
Miles said, I agree. I'm not going to live my life to make others happy when I got my own happiness to live in. So, all right, let's go to the next question. Let's see. How do you prepare for anal? You always have to plan in advance. What products are in your spend the night bag?
I love that question.
I mean, my process, I'm sure, is different from people that are like full bottoms. I'm learning that process is different for everybody. Some people don't eat for a whole day. I'm like, bitch, you crazy. Like I've heard some crazy stuff.
Yes.
Some people squirt cherry juice up their ass.
Cherry juice.
Do explain.
What's that?
What that do?
They douche, and then after it's all cleaned out, they put cherry juice up there. So when they get it eaten, it tastes like cherries.
I've never heard that.
Oh, I've definitely heard of that. I've heard of girls putting
Kool-Aid,
Listerine.
Kool-Aid is so sour.
All kinds of shit. And Listerine is alcohol.
So listen, before we continue,
Candy cane.
Before we continue,
I'm not close.
Some of the expressions expressed on the affairs of the heart have nothing to do.
I'm just saying.
Anybody. These are not healthy ideas to stick any of these things in your rectum. Your rectum absorbs whatever you put in it. So whatever toxins or whatever you're putting in there can absorb into your bloodstream very quickly. That it's not something that you should do. So just before we continue, I got to put that disclaimer out there because I don't want people to be like, well, I heard on the affairs of the heart that we can put cherry juice and Kool-Aid up our ass. So I did, and now I got an infection. No.
But that's almost like my candy cane story.
Yeah. So just be foreign objects or foreign substances.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the views expressed on the Affairs of the Heart do not have anything to do with Facebook, Twitter, Aaron, Dwayne, or the Affairs of the Heart podcast.
Saying what I heard.
Listen, that's crazy.
I said it because I heard it.
That's crazy.
How do you prepare for anal? I mean, I do the basics. I clean it out basically with the fleet or my shower attachment. You always have to plan in advance. I always plan in advance, and I told Dwayne it's like a lot of times like I will fleet in the morning times just in case, unless especially if I'm going out or something like that. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing later on that night.
Wait,
so
you fleeting just because?
I'll be right.
You fleeting just because?
What did he just say?
I'm not fleeting just because, baby.
You fleeting just because?
Sometimes I do. I mean,
that's another thing that I've heard they do. Some people just no.
If it's on a weekend,
that means you can't eat, and food is of most importance.
Food has never been my problem. I can still eat food and fleet in the morning time and be good at nighttime. I've never had that issue in my life.
Now, what will work? Imodium. You fleet and take an Imodium, and you're good.
What is
Imodium? What does that do again?
What is Imodium?
It is an antidiarrheal. It holds everything in.
Well, I take my fiber pills.
Well, that makes you regular. This is just if, it's going to be a quick thing. Let me clean out. And it might be an hour or two.
Mm-hmm.
You take an Imodium that cleans it right out.
Never heard of that either.
I had not heard of that one either.
You've never heard? I'm shocked.
Taking Imodium.
You clean out taking Imodium because if there's anything else coming, it will not come. Yeah. It blocks it.
Isn't that unhealthy though?
I mean,
I guess it depends on how many times you do it.
It depends on how many times you do it. You're only supposed to fleet like once a week, if that. Which I know the kids are not abiding by.
Let's do this. So first of all, I don't use what the solution is from the fleet bottle. I use
water. I mean, even with water.
No, I'm just saying people that are watching, make sure that so they understand that I use water. That's what it is.
Well, how about you break down the process of fleeting for the people?
Well, I'm so glad that you brought that up because what I decided to do just now.
Oh Lord! If you put a fleet bottle in the screen.
No. Actually, I don't use the fleet bottle, but we've talked about fleeting several times on the podcast. And Aaron calls
the shower attachment. Help him.
He did. Aaron calls this my good shit.
My grandma's red bag, honey.
But it's the best thing ever. It is the best thing. It is the best thing ever.
Wait a minute.
I don't even know how that works.
I don't either. I don't get it.
Okay, great. I'm so excited. Okay, so obviously, It is. You can buy these at Walmart. You can no, you don't put your mouth on it. You can buy these at Walmart. You can buy these anywhere. It is literally. It can be you can put hot water in it and clog it up for like a heating pad or like anything of that nature. But
just go to your grandmama's sink. It's underneath the sink. Every grandma, great grandma got one.
Don't use hers because you don't know what she did with it. But
no better than what you about to do with it.
Right. It comes with all of its attachments, right? So you fill this up with lukewarm water, cold water, whatever you prefer.
I'm sorry.
Attach it.
With facial expressions. I'm sorry.
I'm learning something new here today.
Right. You attach it to the end. It comes with a hook that you can put on like your shower curtain or, a hook in your bathroom or your door or what have you. And you lube up this end. And the water just squirts in, gets all the way in. You can probably, your first time, you probably won't, you might have to do it a few times. You can't take a whole bag, but if if you're used to doing it, you can take the entire bag of water, ingest it, and then release it over the toilet, and you're done.
Are you in the shower while you're doing this?
You can be in the shower. Some people decide to do this before they shower so that they can sit on the toilet and relax and release what they need to release, and then they will shower after.
Now,
it's very quick.
What position are you in while this is going on?
Can you demonstrate?
No, I cannot. You can do either what the bottles what the your fleet bottles tell you to do is being ass up, face down with it that way. Some people can do it while they're standing. Again, this is where your body, so to speak, but you want to get in as much as you can. You want to get the entire bag in as you can. Get it out. You sit on the toilet, get it out, and you're done. It's a quick situation, and it's water. It's safe. It's protected. You lube up the end. Lube up both ends, by the way. I'm not telling you just ram this up in your booty hole, but lube up both ends. This and your booty hole. Get it in there. Squeeze the bag to get the pressure in if you need to, and you're good. Done and done. Questions?
I have a lot of questions right now.
No.
Nope. I'm gonna move on.
No, leave it alone, Eric. Leave it alone.
You also
let it go.
Play a prank on your friend.
Why?
Listen.
Wait, why?
If you want to play a prank on your friend, you can put it in a chair and let them sit down.
It's not a whoopee cushion. It looks like one, for sure.
So what I don't understand what the problem is from that versus the flea bottle, because you're not getting the way that your rectum is shaped and the way that the tanks of your anus is shaped, where you hold shit. It's not you're not getting it all out with the flea bottle.
So for me with the fleet bottle, I'm getting out the tough stuff, and then with my shower attachment, I get in the shower and use that to clean out the rest. It's almost like getting a colonic.
Oh.
Okay.
I just need, and if it's going to be a larger member, I take a Imodium to make sure there are no incidents, and I'm good to go. Eric,
you already know my.
Explain.
Well, everybody else doesn't know. I was going to say everybody else doesn't know.
Here we go. I've never fleeted before.
I'm sorry. I'm getting a note from my producer that we have a video.
Lies, and more lies, and lies on top of lies. That's all that is. Lies.
Wait, I'm sorry. Oh, back to our program now. What happened?
I have someone who can testify. Because I did not know. Like when I started having sex, I knew nothing about fleeting. I knew nothing about the process of it.
She keeps a high fiber diet.
Like I did not know. And Mish can testify, and so can Damo, because we've had this conversation before. See, boom. And because I don't have a man and I'm not in a relationship, I don't have a boyfriend, like if sex does come my way, it's something that I know. It's not unexpected. So for me, I'm not going to stop eating. I may slow up on my eating. But yeah, I've never fleeted before. Like it's like I've never
You
bought
should give
one.
it a
Never,
go. You should give it a
yeah.
go just to give it a go.
And let me just say this, and I've never had no problems either. So
She has a high fiber diet. That's what she's saying.
like we good to go over here. And like I said, because I'm not in a relationship and not with someone, like if someone were to hit me up right now, I'd be like, no, not tonight. Hit me up tomorrow. I'll be ready tomorrow. Like yeah.
That's interesting.
Dom, what do you have?
I mean, I just fleet, you know. And if the time comes, I just fleet it on out. And if the water ain't clear by the third or fourth time, it's not happening.
Not happening. Absolutely. I definitely.
Maybe I need to just try for the show. Maybe I need.
Not for the show. Just try for your own purposes.
Let us
Oh. You like
Okay,
Easy's
you gotta watch your
experiences
words
in
here.
vodka.
Hold on. Get the camera. So right now we're going into Easy's bathroom.
Yeah, we're about to go to CVS. We're gonna buy one live.
Now
We're
make
gonna come
sure
back
you
to the
take
house.
the fleet water out, replaceable water.
Yes, please.
Use that thing on up real good and things and shut up there.
Because you'll
When
be
you
real.
feel the
Now, quick
pressure.
question. Okay, because you three have all been in relationships. You've all, and clearly you've all fleeted before. Is it different being in? Is it different? Is there a difference being in a relationship and just, maybe like a one night stand type situation? Like if you're in a relationship, are you fleeting on the regular?
Let me say something about what you said though. When me and my ex got together, I had never knew what fleeting was at all. I didn't know.
Okay.
And his friend actually taught me, what that was and how to do that because I never heard of that before. And prior to that, I must not have had no accidents because I never had an issue with it. But they taught me how to do it. So since then, I've been doing it because I just know how to make sure that there is no accident just in case.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't start fleeting until I was 30. So I mean I didn't know either, but I just knew, okay, well, if I'm going to do this, I need to slow my eating down. Not eat this.
Yeah,
Not eat that.
I have to agree with Zamo. I didn't actually learn how to do that, or even being a part of a movie that had a whole scene about it. Like I did not. It was not something I engaged in until much later in life when I became more comfortable with bottoming. And as far as to answer your question as regards to relationships, no, accidents still happen in relationships. Sometimes you have to stop and say, "Hey, I need to go. Let me before we get hot and heavy. Let me go take care of what I got to take care of." Like that's it happens.
Okay.
We've got tons of comments.
But can we do one thing before we go to the comments? I think this will be fun. What products are in your spend a night bag?
Oh, I haven't had a spend the night bag since I was like 23, 24.
That was in your HU days.
But you had one before though.
Yeah.
What was in it?
I had one. I mean, what was it? Listerine, a toothbrush, lotion, some extra underwear,
Lube. My preferred
deodorant, lube, condoms, poppers. That's about it.
That sounds like my bag.
Hey.
Sounds like my bag.
Do you keep your poppers in the freezer?
Yes.
I thought I was the only one.
I don't know
what they last longer there.
People were doing that when I first found out about poppers, so I'll put mine in.
Somebody told me to do them hot. I was like, why?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Like hot. Like somebody heats them up. I'm like, that sounds.
Oh, they try to mess your brain cells up, baby.
Yeah, I've never heard that before.
I've definitely heard that.
They try to have you going all night.
No, that's not what it would do.
Brush, and I always take my poppers. I'll take extra pair of underwears and maybe an extra outfit just in case because I don't know if this one lasts longer than that night.
No, I'm leaving in the morning.
That's not a spend the night bag. That's a spend the night suitcase.
No, that's like a weekend thing. Sometimes if it's good, it may last more than 1 day.
Nope.
For me in my house.
Oh yeah, I would say nope, not for me, honey. I'm leaving. You
I gotta go home.
I want to stay tonight.
I got something to do, even if I don't got something to do.
Let me do exactly. Oh well, that's my cousin calling me. It's 4:00 in the morning. Yeah, he needs to be told or something.
Oh, if it's good, and we're in that kind of mode. I will stay. We can keep on doing it.
He is spending the week, not spending the night.
No, weekend. I'm not spending more than 3 days.
Lord.
That must be a real date if you spending nights and days.
Well, it was supposed to be an overnight, but it turned into a weekend. So
this is how you got hooked up and linked up and married and moved in a month. This is
No. We didn't have sex. We didn't even have sex for like 3 months.
All right. So are we ready to go to the next question?
Down for it. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's do it. What words are actually offensive? Are you offended by? What words are you offended by as a Black gay male?
That word.
Yeah,
what
word? Word.
That word.
Yeah, that's about it.
Your tone too, because don't be calling me sis and you being condescending. Like if and you know, I think it depends on the tone of what you're saying.
Yeah, I think for me, the only way you're really gonna really offend me if you call me a faggot, like that right there
is a no.
Yeah, that's about it for me. Unless you're white and you call me the N-word, then that's a different can of words.
Yeah, that's a different capacity. But if you drop that F-bomb, we need to have a conversation.
We ain't even having a conversation.
Like it's like that's not. That's gonna mess things up for us.
All right. Dominique says you call me a fat bitch.
I didn't used to like dirty talk during sex, and now it doesn't make me laugh as much.
I love Dominic.
Sweetie is a term of offense.
That's what I use at work.
Sweetie, I'm about to cuss you out. That's the truth.
You can get these hands if you use sweetie or fag, according to Dominique.
I use sweetie at work a lot. I'm like, all right, now sweetie.
No, I give you very much so. What's the deal, sweetie?
All right. Last question of this game. We've got are you surprised at the hetero guys who hit on you after finding out you're gay? Are you surprised when you get hit on by a heterosexual man?
Not at all.
Aaron?
I'm not surprised by it, but what I will say is this: I feel like it's very awkward when straight men are kind of flirtatiously having conversations with you.
Do you ever think that you want to like go in like in the back of your mind? You're like, is he flirting with me? Well, no, I want to keep like cool.
Yeah,
like
overthinking it. Like, is he flirting with me? Like, what's going on here?
See, I'm so bad at flirting that I don't know when somebody's actually flirting with me. Like if they're flirting with me. So if I figure out that you're flirting with me, you got to be real obvious with it. Like, hey, let's hang out. Let's do this. Let's go have drinks. Any straight guy that's ever flirted with me that was straight, it was always I will see him every day or we work together or this or that, and I will figure it out from there. But if you just a random straight guy, I'm like, this is awkward. Why are you talking to me?
I'm the complete opposite.
How so, E?
Huh?
How so?
If you're engaging in a conversation with me, I automatically think you're flirting with me. You're like, it's a beautiful morning. Well, how beautiful is it?
He's a flirt slut. A flirt.
Dom gets on me so much about it because literally, we go out to dinner all the time. I'm flirting with the waitress, the waiter. Like I don't care who you are. I'm a flirt.
Do you find that more people flirt back with you when you do that, or do
I
you
do.
feel like
they do?
Okay.
I'll just be looking.
And God forbid if they started. If they started, oh, it's on.
When I was in college, they said the guys I was roommates with, they're like, boy, you gotta ask like Trina. And I'm like, what? And so they used to call me like Trina Booty. And I'm like, huh?
That's gay. That's really
It's really gay. And they used to wrestle me and shit. I'm like,
They wanted some of the booty cakes.
I don't know what's going on. This is before I even came out.
That's what it was. That's how my 7-year off and on situation with the DL got started. We wrestled. Wrestled turned to 4 hours of passion.
That's how it all starts with the gay boys.
It was very confusing.
All right. So is that on that?
Yes, we're going back to the topic. Right?
All right, let's go back to our regular sex topics. We got 3 more topics to discuss, and then we'll go into one more game, and we are done. Done.
All right,
conversation's good. Let's do it. Our next sex question is.
I'm afraid.
Stand by. I got too much going on here. Hang on a second. There we go. Size or stroke, which matters the most, gentlemen? Stroke. Got it. All right. That's easy.
Yeah, that was easy.
Vocals New York says she knows, or he or she knows a few straight men who prefer head from another man.
We're better at it.
We are.
You know what? Actually, that is interesting because I think one of my questions that I tossed in there for tonight was that very thing. Stand by because I gotta find it.
They down to 1,902 votes in Georgia.
I see. I'm watching. We're down. So would you consider, this is the next question, would you consider yourself a master of oral sex? Where did you learn your skills? And I have another. While we contemplate that question, gentlemen, I have another video. Shout out to Jessie Music from taking her skills from Miss Jill Scott on oral sex. So, gentlemen, would you consider yourself a master of oral sex? And where did you learn your skills?
Who wants to start? I'll start. If nobody wants to go first. So, when my first gay experience was with this guy, and he sucked my dick. And it was so good the first time I didn't even come. Like, I was like, what the hell is happening? And from there, we had a little bit of a tryst. And I asked him to teach me how to suck dick and eat ass. And he did. And I call him my superhead, and people call me their superhead. But the key to oral sex is you have to enjoy doing it. You have to enjoy it. It makes a difference, a huge difference.
If you enjoy it.
If you enjoy giving head, it makes a huge difference. You can always tell when somebody enjoys it.
Okay.
You can feel it.
Okay. Who got next? Go ahead, SoDebNair.
I'm pointing to Ethan.
Oh, you pointing easy? Oh, easy say, easy done. What you got?
I definitely agree with Damo. You definitely have to enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, you're not going to give good head. I, this is a topic.
It's a topic.
This is a
Nobody like no
topic
lazy
that
head.
we've had conversations about this in our own circle, but I've had no complaints.
Where did you learn your mastery from?
I think I would have to stay watching porn and taking little things here and there. And then also I feel like if you're using them, not everything works on every single person. So you gotta know like when you're like you gotta casually look up and down, up,
Okay.
down. You gotta and watch that little lower part right there under their navel. That if it starts to like to flinch, like you know you're doing the right when this little part starts to flinch. You gotta take notice
Or the
of that.
legs start shaking, honey.
Yeah, like take notice of what's happening to their body. Like if they're not really responding to it, that's not the trick you want to use, at least on that person. So you want to switch it up with something. Go no hands, move them hands up to the nipples and start pinching those while you get like just take it
Yep.
down. Take it. Some people like it sloppy, so yeah, all that. You just gotta figure out
You have
what
to
that
adapt.
individual likes, and make sure that you have everything for them. You need to have a buffet of tricks, okay? A buffet of tricks.
Yeah, don't be a one unless don't be a. You need to be a Dyson, not
Oh yeah.
a dirt devil. Okay, never lose the suction.
Yeah. Just,
Okay.
Let me take some notes.
I'm afraid to look at these comments. I purposely have not been looking at them. Purposely not been looking at them.
I think for me, I had a really good group of good friends growing up, and so I recall having that round table conversation about how to properly we got some flaccid items like cucumbers and carrots, and they were teaching and showing and how to do certain things. I think for me, I'm a master at what I know how to do. And what I don't know how to do, I will learn or I'll work on it. But if we're specifically talking about sucking dick, I have to really be into you to do it. Number one, I don't suck random penis. But booty hole is a different situation. I really enjoy. Now it's not random either. It's not a random situation, but I enjoy the booty hole situation. I enjoy
You
working and
point that.
finding. And he pointed at you. But Debonair, what you got?
It's a process.
This is a tough conversation for me because I really don't like sucking dick like that.
Damo.
The times that I have done it,
That's
I've never had any complaints about it. It's been great for that guy. But I'm like, are we done yet? And then I guess where did I learn it from? I always thought I learned it from like how I masturbate myself. I kind of use my mouth the way I want my hands to work.
Ooh.
That's a trick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a trick.
That twist and the head.
The
thing.
twist and the sucker.
Especially if you have a large penis, you gotta,
I don't mind.
Yeah, I hate when people say no hands, baby. Listen, let me tell you something.
No, larger penis.
You say I'm going to sit here and suck on this for 45 minutes. Not going to happen. My jaws will collapse, and so will I.
I think for me, it depends on how long it takes you to come for me to suck your dick, because I'm like, if this is like a long process, I'm already turned off. If you within the first 5 to 10 minutes, then I'm great. But
that's it.
I'm like, yes.
5 is fine with me.
I don't even want to have
10
sex.
is good. 15 is great. 20 is knocking on the limit, honey. Okay,
You pushing it.
You pushing it.
I'm handing you your lube.
I'm not gonna hand you. Well, okay.
Or let's start fucking. I don't want to do it that long.
I'm going to interject really quickly, just an update on the presidency. There is a space for here, particularly in Georgia. Trump is only ahead by 1,902 votes. If they can, and they're still not finished counting, if Biden can get 1,000 more votes, we will turn Georgia blue instead of it being red.
Wait a minute, just tweeted, no one is going to take our democracy from us now. Not now, not ever. America has come too far for too many battles. And I missed the rest of it. Joe Biden just sent out a tweet.
No one is going to take our democracy away from us. Not now, not ever. America has come too far, fought too many battles, and endured too much to let that happen. That is what Joe Biden has just tweeted at 7:40 p.m. Okay, so back into the nasty conversation. Let's see. We got some comments. Miles says, "I'm not a master, but I haven't gotten any complaints. I didn't learn it from anyone, but I'd be down to learn. Would you attend a class?"
I would. Just for the fun of it.
I'm down for that. I would love someone to teach me the tricks, because I guess
the trick is the only trick you really need to know is you have to enjoy it. It all comes with.
How can I enjoy it when your dick is down my throat and I'm about to throw the fuck up? Because
your gag reflex. You need some soft. You need some what is it called?
I can't even brush my teeth without gagging. So you
need some good head. It numbs the back of your throat.
What is it?
It's called good head. It's flavored and it numbs the back of your throat.
I have to look that up.
I've never had to use it, but I know some.
I don't. That's not my testimony.
That have used it.
But I'm
That's for people who like deep throat. If people confuse giving good head is not always deep throat. Okay, people think that that's not. There's so much more to it than that.
There's a lot of components to give good head. Like you are attentive to the head, that little part right there under before it meets the shaft. Like you're attentive to the veins there.
Don't forget the balls.
Yeah, I was working my way down. I was working my way down. You attend that shaft. You take care of them balls. Lift them up. Get under that undercarriage.
It's called
get the gooch.
The gooch.
That's how you turn the top into a bottom.
It's a whole process. And then if you find the right one, you may need to slip a finger up in there. Like, look.
You've been listening to many of our conversations. You don't know nothing about that.
I'm learning, friend. I'm learning.
Oh, she turns 34 and she wants to be a top now. It's fine.
I ain't say all that now. Back it on up.
Well, you could be a soft top next Halloween.
Me says, yeah, I'm not allowed to eat cupcakes anymore because of the mastery that he has, each
Mish eats a cupcake like it's a showstopper.
Is that from eating ass or sucking dick?
That's for him eating ass. Because I had this thing, we're not even gonna talk about mine, but yes, but.
Meech, we need you on a show to do a tutorial on how to eat a cupcake.
He could be.
Dominic says it's only one dude I give my tonsils to, but he's got a man. Well, my goodness.
Dominic, come on now. Come on, Dominic.
Y'all entangled.
Whenever I know my partner wants oral sex,
then you shouldn't do it. Let me tell you something. There is nothing worse to me than waking me up out of my sleep for something stupid and lazy head. Get off of me.
You can't.
I will bop you. Get off of me. Like, get off of me. You're wasting my time and ruining the mood.
I would never wake up someone for head at all. Like, it would never happen.
Have you ever woken up to head? Oh, it's a wonderful thing. Oh,
what?
It's almost as good as waking up to your dick being written.
Wake me up, eat my ass, but that dick getting sucked is not gonna happen for me.
So you can't reciprocate?
We can fuck after that.
Well, somebody said give Eric some Henny, he'll be a top. It's the dark liquor for me, friend. My God. It's the dark liquor for me.
I love it. I love it. All right, gentlemen, are we ready to go to our next game?
Yes.
Final game tonight. You ready, Aaron?
I am ready. Let me pull it up now.
All right. This is called Question Games of the Heart. Okay, Aaron's got this game, so he'll explain it to you guys.
So this is basically Never Have I Ever.
Oh shit.
If you guys haven't poured your drinks yet, go ahead and pour them because it's time to drink. And for our listeners, our viewers, go ahead and pour your drinks because it's time to find out Never Have You Ever. And when y'all get there, let me know. We'll go ahead and we'll get started.
I didn't get
I
some
feel like
juice.
refreshing. We're gonna work with this.
And I want to do it with us, but I was like, let's let the people who watch or listen ask the questions. So we got 26 questions. So hopefully you guys ain't driving nowhere tonight.
We not about to knock out 26 questions.
Oh, they ain't gonna take long at all. Y'all ready? Y'all got y'all's drinks ready?
Yep.
Come on.
All right. So the first one is never have I ever dated or had sex with my siblings' mates.
Wait, what?
No.
Never have I ever had sex with my siblings' mates.
Mate?
No.
What?
Like your sister's
Like your sister's man.
Yeah, you didn't do it.
Your brother's girlfriend or your brother's like no.
So you don't have to drink if you didn't do it.
No.
That drink, I was like, hold on. All right.
I
So
have to think about it.
the next one is never have I ever swallowed.
Okay, let me just say this. If you've done it and you're watching,
just swallow.
You should comment in the section.
Then people are gonna lie.
About to swallow it?
They're gonna lie.
And take your drink. Okay, so the next one is never have I ever mooned a teacher. No? Okay. All right, so the next one is never have I ever had a crush on one of my friends.
In a weird way, yes.
I was about to say, I want to go ahead and drink on it.
All right. Gail swallows.
Hey. Easy cleanup.
Never have I ever had a threesome.
Wait, what?
Have you had a threesome?
I was
If
about to say,
you have, take a drink.
I was drinking, but I was like, wait, I was confused.
Okay, never have I ever had a oh wait. I think I just read that one. Okay, so smooth. Never have I ever pussy popped on a handstand.
I've never done that.
I'm 34. We can't be doing those things. Who you pointing
Now
at?
you can't, but wait.
Never have I ever. That means in your life.
I've never.
You girl with the beard.
When have I done that?
You've done. You've done.
You pussy popping on the handstand?
No, I cannot flip. No, I cannot do that. My body does not move that way.
Has it moved that way before?
No.
Oh, okay.
I've never been able
Stiff as
to.
a board.
Yeah.
Because you over 6 feet tall, honey. I just,
Exactly.
Listen, they be flexible. Believe me, I don't.
I'm not like. There's no way in the world.
Oh, somebody said you did it at a club and a house party. Oh.
Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Can we get a definition of what pussy? What is it?
Pussy popping on the handstand.
So break that down. What is that?
You basically popping on a handstand.
What's a handstand?
Upside down.
Yeah. See, no, I cannot do that upside down.
Okay, she don't remember. It's okay.
You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead.
Let me just say, maybe never have I ever been drunk and forgot that I pussy popped on the handstand. Okay, so the next one is never have I ever had sex with a person who has the same sexual position as me.
Of course.
Oh no. Who does that?
Ooh,
Meech.
girls are reading you for
You on a
filth.
wall and a couch.
I do not remember this. This had to be my birthday weekend.
All right, so the next one is never have I ever snowballed.
Say what now?
It's when the come in y'all's mouths.
I wanted to with one person, just one person, but it didn't happen.
Okay, so the next one is never have I ever used a dildo on someone and they put in quotations, black men are so shy.
Oh, I've definitely
used a dildo on someone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This one says never have I ever been in a relationship.
That was
That must have been easy. He was going to be on the show tonight.
That was totally easy.
It
wasn't.
All right, so the next one is never have I ever had sex with someone that's my same age.
What's that?
We're just drinking out now.
That's not like a bad thing, though. It's not like... I mean, I think they've been in my same age bracket.
I don't really know who's what age. Okay, so never have I ever went cruising.
No, I haven't.
Can I get a definition? Because I feel like it's not the same thing that I'm thinking.
Going to the park to look for sex, girl.
Huh?
Going to the park to look for sex.
Oh no, we don't do that.
All right, so never have I ever walked out of my apartment to be nosy to see what my neighbors are arguing about.
Oh,
Like that.
I do that all the time.
Okay, never have I ever had sex with a white guy. Never have I ever had a bisexual threesome.
Question. Wait a minute. Hold on.
There was a woman involved.
Oh. That's not what I was going after, but that's not what I. Because if we go back to the one with like sleeping with a white guy, you said I've never slept with a white guy, right?
Never have I ever slept with a white guy.
Never. So you drink if you have.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I fucked that up. My bad.
Too late.
Now I'm just drinking. I never had sex outside my race.
Child, you need to get out. You need to get out and have more sex, honey. Woo. I've had some good white sex.
The next one is never have I ever been into a nipple and muscle worship.
I don't even know what that is. So
no. I didn't get that either. Okay, so the next one is never have I ever had a boner at work because I got an unsolicited nude.
You got a what?
What?
Unsolicited nude.
Oh, well, shit, fuck.
A single nude isn't going to do all that.
Depends on who it's from, honey. Shit.
All right, never have I ever voted until this election.
Wait a minute.
No. You voted before this.
I'm sure. I hope. Never have I ever found a sugar daddy, and they put in quotations, just Linda and scammers.
What?
Never ever found a sugar daddy. They said they just found just Linda.
I found a sugar daddy. I turned him down.
I kind of did.
I need to find me one. If there's any watching, let me know.
Never have I ever put sugar in my ex's tank for cheating on me.
No. Beat that bitch up. I'm sorry. Did I say that?
Never have I ever stolen office supply from my job or my internship.
Not the fact that you had to cover your drink with your fan, Easy.
We coming up
As
to the.
if we couldn't see it.
All right, never have I ever had a lollipop stuck in me while getting ate out, or vice versa.
What kind of sick shit?
I mean, he had a whole candy cane up there, so I mean,
I'm gonna drink for the candy cane. Never have I ever sucked 2 dicks at once.
friend.
Y'all ain't living life, honey. Listen, you haven't lived life until you.
Are we down to the last 3? All right, so never have I ever slept with my friend's ex.
Thank God I'm not attracted to any of my friends' ex.
The next one is never have I ever slept with my boyfriend's best friend.
What type of
And last one is never have I ever been in a 3-way relationship.
A what?
A 3-way relationship.
Mm-mm.
I was in one on accident.
What? How you get?
I didn't know I was in a 3-way relationship until I broke up with that man.
I was propositioned.
And that's that game.
On Valentine's Day.
Well, that's that game, guys.
All right.
Listeners, our viewers.
Well, thanks for playing along with us, everybody. All of us should really be very
Great.
drunk by now.
Miles Johnson is on something tonight. Come on,
Mark says he's sober.
Mark, you need to experience some things.
Right.
I
Mark,
can't
you
do
are
a fine
fine.
relationship because I can barely deal with my own emotions. I'll add 2 other people, or 3 or 5
Mark,
or 12.
you are okay. Because I'm sober from the game, so don't worry about it, Mark. You good.
You drank a few times.
You did.
Some of those drinks though did not count because I was just drinking just to drink then. Because I never slept with
one of those drinks did not count. Not some of those.
You drank.
What was the one before the white man?
That was it.
No, the one before the white man.
The one before the white man was walked into my apartment to be nosy. Yeah, you did that. You drank.
Oh yeah. That ain't nothing bad though. Like
it don't gotta be bad stuff. It don't be bad stuff.
Yeah.
So is that
all right, gentlemen? I think that might be that on that tonight. Aaron, you want to tell everybody where they can find the Affairs of the Heart podcast?
Absolutely. So, guys, make sure, first of all, if you guys are still here, subscribe to our YouTube channel and also turn on.
They're still here.
Now, I'm just making sure whoever's here do that. Turn on notifications and subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can go on to the affairsoftheheartpodcast.com. Easy, I'm still waiting on your bio because I did ask you.
Oh my gosh, I forgot to send that.
But you also follow us on social media at The Affairs of the Heart on Instagram, AOTH Podcast on Twitter, and Affairs of the Heart on Facebook. And I think that's everything for the Affairs of the Heart. Make sure you guys can always follow me at this name right here, SoDebNair, on all social media. And if you get lost, just Google it. It's 6 pages of that. And if you need a website, graphics, anything, go to aklcreations.com. I'm definitely your guy.
Dom, where can everybody find you, friend?
On Facebook is Dominic Cooper. On Instagram, I always win 705. Yeah, hit me up, add me.
All right. You can always find me at Dwayne Q here at the bottom, or at Swank Arts ENT, which is my multimedia production and event management company, or swankartsent.com. That is where you can find me. Easy.
Yes. Twitter is right there. EzSaidEzDone. Instagram is EEEZY123. Facebook is Eric Darnell.
Well,
if you just go to Affairs of the Heart, I'm tagged in a bunch of this stuff already, so just get at me there because I'm just so done with y'all.
we don't have an OnlyFans, Mark.
None of us have.
Well, I do not.
I don't
have
either.
a free Twitter, but does not have me on it.
Oh yeah,
I'm just a reposter.
I'm a good.
But I think that's Daddy Dom 240.
What is it?
Daddy Dom 240. Anybody? Well, if you've known me long enough, you know where the name Daddy Dom comes from. That's all I'm gonna say.
Before we go,
go ahead, Easy. What you got?
When you said Dwayne, it's not like you said I'm Dwayne. I'm Dwayne at the bottom. When you said your thing, I was like, what? But
everybody got your shots.
Oh, I poured my shot in here, so we're gonna praise God.
Happy birthday, Easy.
Happy birthday, old man.
And we will see you guys next Thursday. We're here every week on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you guys are checking out the podcast at least every Wednesday on your favorite podcast and streaming service. And if you get lost, go to the FaceHeartPodcast.com.
It's Daddy Dom. It's Daddy Dom, DADDYDOM.
You didn't see what Meech said though.
I saw what he said. That's his role. That's Big Bosom Meech. Big Booty Meech.
Ooh. If y'all want to have some real fun, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Y'all have some real fun. Wait till Housewives of Potomac come out and then see me and Dom arguing on Facebook.
No, what y'all need to do is come on here.
Listen, I'm in Facebook jail.
Go at it.
I'm in Facebook jail, so I cannot.
Leave Candace alone, and we won't have no problem.
I'm gonna post a lot now. I know you're in jail.
Oh well, you talk all your mess. Don't forget, I never forget. I will get you,
Dwayne.
Yeah.
Damo takes accurate notes of when he's in Facebook jail because he can still see people post. So he may spend 30 days in jail, but when he comes back, he's gonna address everything.
That is hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious. All right, guys, that is that on that. This has been the Affairs of the Heart after show. Again, as Aaron mentioned, make sure you check us out on our podcast at AOTH Podcast on Twitter.
Before you go, if you guys submit questions to the first game, we will do it on the podcast. So we will finish those conversations.
We will because there's tons of them. Yeah, there's tons of them. We couldn't get to everybody tonight, but we definitely will moving forward. Again, check us out this time next week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Affairs of the Heart after show right here on Facebook, Twitter. And yeah, that's all I got.
Birthday wishes.
All right.
Scorpio's rule.
All right. That is that on that. We'll see you guys next week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Later.